Can you give us a brief definition or description of the history of this coin?
Well, what happened was the Reddit community, which back then nobody really knew about unless you were young and funky or desperately trying to be young and funky like me, would know about it. And I don't call it Dogecoin, I call it Dogecoin. You know, I'm going to be my own me. But, you know, the thing you have to understand about crypto is it's all about brand, okay? And it's all about the people that can cope with this new emergent stuff. And that's all the young people, right? So the kids are all over crypto like a rash. They're mega into it. And they got a sense of humor. Americans have learned irony because of the internet. And so they built a ironic cryptocurrency. And they did that by taking the code and basically copy pasting it and then saying, hey, let's do a joke. Well, it's still a crypto. It still has mining. It still does what cryptos do. It's still a currency. And of course, therefore, it has a life of its own. They took the cork out of the bottle and out came a genie, and it was Dogecoin. And I wrote a couple of years ago in Forbes saying that Dogecoin was a big, hairy deal because it represented the next generation of investors. The previous generation of investors was killed in the dot-com period. They all popped up and they went, yeah, Cisco, Juniper Network, blah, blah. And they got put to the sword by the market, as they always do. This is the next generation. And of course, they've gone straight into crypto. They went into crypto first before they mutated into the Wall Street Bets guys that were pushing around GameStop. But this is the next generation of investors after the one that was slayed in the dot-com boom. And they're having their way. It's only natural for them to go into crypto. Now, crypto, it feels like a joke, and it is a joke, but it's a real thing. And I actually had 1 million or 1.2 million Dogecoins back in the day, and it was worth just over a Bitcoin. Well, funny enough, it would probably be worth just a little bit over a Bitcoin now, but it's got brand. This whole market is about brand, and the equity market is about brand. You know, Tesla's valuation, which is off the balloon scale, is because it's got a fantastic brand. And brand is important because we're living in an intangible world. The younger generation would immediately know what I'm saying and go, yeah. So you're hip and young and groovy too, so that's great. But my age group goes, what the devil's that? Right? So, you know, that is what drives that generation. That's their rock and roll. And crypto is their rock and roll. And Dogecoin is one of their favorite bands. Yeah. So this is just the next generation doing its thing. And that's what makes it powerful because they are the emergent generation. They are the digital natives. And this is a digital native currency. So it's everything coming together. So they are, and also it isn't $40,000 a coin. So it's actually accessible to them and they get it and it's their in joke and it's a real thing. And it's a brand and they are even more brand centric and internet brand centric. That's what memes are, internet brands. So it's a confluence, an intersection of all these younger generation things, all crossing over with Dogecoin. And that's why someone like Musk is all over it like a rash. And by the way, I'm wearing orange in his honor, because this is probably going to be the color he'll be wearing if he keeps pumping Dogecoin. And, you know, the younger generation and him, again, it's a confluence. That's why he would mention Dogecoin, because that's the leading edge, the tip of the spear of the whole crypto movement.
Why do you think it's just starting to really trend with mainstream media now? And you've got prominent industrialists and leaders of business like Elon Musk touting the coin.
I think that in a boom, everything rises. A rising tide raises all ships, and all the cryptos are going up, the Moneros of this world, etc., etc. They're all going up a lot. But obviously, when you have somebody who's influential, almost the ultimate influencer, Musk brings it up as much as anything as a joke, but also a joke that has an underlying and a deep meaning, right? It's natural for people to gravitate towards, again, the brand. It's got a very, very, very strong brand. Even though it's a joke that everybody knows. And, you know, all these coins have gone up multiples. And because it's been brought to the fore by somebody who is absolutely a brand master, which is Musk, everybody now knows about it. So if you're new and you come to it, you go, I'll have a little bit of the Bitcoin, and I'll have other ones who I know. The Dogecoin. Oh yeah, Dogecoin. I can have 100 of those. I'll have 500. Yes, please.
Yeah.
The power of the brand is overwhelmingly important in crypto, be it in tokens, be it Ethereum, be it crypto, whatever area of crypto you're looking at, brand is the defining thing to look for in your investment, because that is what is going to drive those various pieces through what will be a gauntlet to survive and be the titans of the future in crypto. And that is going to happen over the next few years. These things are going to be absolutely gigantic.
If you were to jump on something like Dogecoin now, what kind of investing or trading would that be? Would that be like trend investing, swing? Would you be catching the momentum?
Well,
how would you define that?
It's quite interesting because, basically, people coming in now are getting late to the party.
Right.
And they've really got to decide what they're going to do. And I would say what you should be doing is not investing, not trading, but educating yourself. So if you buy Dogecoin, it's because you want to learn about Dogecoin, and you want to learn about wallets, and you want to learn about how it's mined, and all the detail that you need to be able to make good investment decisions. So now if you're entering, you really, really want to be thinking about skilling up rather than about making money. With a bit of luck, you'll make a lot of money. Wow. But it is a skill game. It's very, very, very volatile business. These things can go up double overnight and crash in half the next day. It's a very, very dangerous market. It's a trader's market for sure. An investor's market right now, it's a very. I'm not investing right now. I'm trading it. I was investing it before it went up 400%, but now it's not a cheap market anymore. So you really are really want to know what it is you're trying to do. And if you're FOMOing, if you're aping as they call, don't ape into stuff. Don't get FOMO, because that's going to cost you a lot of money.
Dogecoin could be the next Bitcoin. There was a time when Bitcoin traded under $1, which is, Dogecoin is around 5 cents right now as we speak. Suppose we have similar adoption of Dogecoin as Bitcoin has seen its earlier days. Why can't it go above $1 or $5 or even $10?
I believe there's no limit on how many Dogecoins can be mined, although I think the inflation is like 3 or 4%.
Okay.
It has a brand, but it hasn't got the Bitcoin brand. So, there is the king, and that is Bitcoin, and it dwarfs everything else. And there's the queen, and that is Ethereum. And then there's a couple of princes out there, and then it's back down into the commoners. And, Bitcoin is heading towards $1 trillion worth of value, which is 14 or 15% of all the value of gold in the world. Doge is not the next Bitcoin, in the same way as Bitcoin is not the next Doge. It is going to be a Bitcoin future, and it's going to be an Ethereum future. And the place where all the really exciting stuff's going to happen is in DeFi, which is basically a set of enterprises that use Ethereum tokens as if they are share certificates. Right. And that is enterprise meets crypto, which is a massive, massive new development. And that will, change everything.